At one point, I was not going to do this video at all because I just had so much on the radar, so much I got to do. I was falling behind on my channel, so much stuff I got to do outside of the channel. Like me and my girlfriend, we just got started Christmas shopping, and this is the latest I've gotten started Christmas shopping since ever. But that's because there's so much stuff I got to do, like beyond my YouTube channel. My book, The King is Coming sequel, just released last week. Oh my God. And then I got to work on my Banner of the Stars of You too. I'm trying to wrap that up. So please stay tuned for that. But people have literally been begging me and asking me, my fans in general, to literally talk and discuss about my opinions about the whole thing about Naughty Dog and them releasing the footages and the updates about the upcoming remaster, The Last of Us Part 2. Yes, I've seen this. I've seen footages, I've seen like like playthroughs and stuff, nothing different than what we've seen in the original The Last of Us Part 2 game. But they have added new things into it, and people want to know what my opinion was, because people are on the fence of buying it. People are on the fence of literally trashing it and talking dog shit about Naughty Dog and this and stuff that they have done in the past with their remasters and remakes, adding a full price tag on it and not giving us a fucking thing but better graphics and smoother gameplay mechanics. Here's the thing, man. I wasn't going to talk about this because I was hoping, by what I've seen, people, critics, reviewers, or just ranters who's just trying to get their channel noticed and they're just grinding, would be honest. Talk about the things that they have seen, that we've all seen, and just address it so they can be honest to the viewers at home, so they can be on the fence. People don't realize that we are literally the lifeblood of speaking factual information so people can vote for their wallets. And I've noticed everybody's jumping on the hate bandwagon with Naughty Dog. Do Naughty Dog deserves this? Yes, they do deserve the hate. It is not because of The Last of Us Part 2, of the whole agenda cycle and, women hating men and beating men. It doesn't have anything to do with that, especially in my perspective. Because, the way how that game ended and the way how the game portrayed itself, you opened the whole can of worms that mixtures of people hate the game in all aspects. I and a lot of people hated the game because of how they portrayed the characters and how they treat the main characters like shit, and just how the whole story portrays itself. It had nothing to do with agendas. If people hated that game for the agendas, I dare y'all to play Spider-Man 2. It is filled with that. It is an agenda bomb. Leave Naughty Dog alone and focus on that, please. Or check out my video regarding that method. But back to the topic at hand. That hate is still real, and Neil Druckmann's vision of just Naughty Dog is still out there. That's the reason why people has been getting and literally bashing this whole remaster to the whole oblivion. And this is where I have to draw the line, because I have to ask y'all this. The people that is literally bashing on this remaster, because I've did the same thing with The Last of Us Part 1 remaster, saying that there was no need for a $70 price tag on it. It's nothing new but just updated graphics, smooth gameplay mechanics. They have done that with the Uncharted franchise with nothing new added to the table. But Naughty Dog has changed. There's literally the hatred has really made it into Naughty Dog's ears, to the point where they decided to add new things into the game, which made me be shocked. I was like, okay, we thought that they was going to just update the game with the graphics and the gameplay, and that's it. But I think they knew how smart we are, because people have looked at footages of Naughty Dog's upcoming trailer of the remaster and compared it to the original, and it does not look different at all. Everything looks the exact fucking same. So they knew they was going to get called out on that shit. So they decided to add new features to it. The lost levels, new costumes and stuff like that. And even a horde mode, rogue mode and stuff like that. It looks promising. It looks pretty good. And the price of it, they didn't really announce the price of the actual game yet, but they did announce that if you already own the original copy of the game, you're paying a $10 fee to get the remastered version. Honestly, I think that's reasonable. I think that it's an eye opener. I agree, but I feel like the people that is hating on the games, because of what they witnessed through the original or just Naughty Dog in general, this is where you need to actually be happy because Naughty Dog is changing. They changed through the game's perspective, but at the same time, not completely to the point where they are listening to what the fans' choices are recommending for this game to be fully obstacle for us to be entertained. For example, am I going to get the game? Yes. But I feel like instead of us getting lost levels, how about you just update the game completely by giving us branching options to change the fate of these characters? Now, I've talked about this before when people was literally in open debate with me with The Last of Us. It's saying that they can't do that because of the budget. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. If Mass Effect can do this, if Dragon Age or just people who have made EA, if they can do this and transfer the data into the upcoming game and have your choices be on there, Naughty Dog can do the exact same thing. They can. So I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear that shit. They can do that. And a lot of people that are fans of The Last of Us agree with me on this method as well. I just feel like the material that we got on this game it's good. It's good. It's worth the $10. Now, for people who have said that this game might be $50 or $60, that's when you have to think about, is it worth it in your perspective? But they have added some new things on this game. So we have to give this a chance. We have got to see how this whole thing goes. I'm going to get the game because they are learning. They are beginning to add things to the game because they know that developers are smarter. I mean, the consumers are getting smarter and they're voting for their wallets because things are too expensive now. So we're not going to play that dumb ratio to the point we're going to ignore things. Especially with The Last of Us Part 2. You have fucked us over with the story, with the franchise, and above all, how they betrayed the characters. So you goddamn right they better add some new things into this remastered version. Instead of us just getting a fucking carbon copy of the original with a PS5 logo on the fucking disc. So yeah, they better have added some new shit on the fucking game. So if we're going to make a good example, we might as well make a bad example. And I'm surprised that people don't even talk about this shit. As much as people want to talk about Naughty Dog and give them a lot of shit, let's talk about Insomniac Games. Spider-Man has literally been remastered. Where's the hate on that? And there's nothing different about that game at all except the DLC that you have got and it's on the game now. How cute. So I feel like if we're going to give Naughty Dog shit about the Uncharted and everything else, we have got to give other game developers shit too. Same thing with Control. Same thing with the Tomb Raider game. I'm talking about all the way to the definitive edition. That Tomb Raider, the reboot was still brand new, but then the PS4 was right around the corner. So as soon as that came out, the definitive edition came out at a full price range. Nothing has changed at all. But yet Naughty Dog begins to get a lot of hate because of what they have portrayed with the game. Again, I understand haters. I understand people hate the game because of this. But just don't buy the game then. Just don't. Period. But if you're coming in with a different eye perspective, if you liked the game, you still fall into hatred to it because you just don't like remasters to begin with. Part of me understands this because it's not a remaster if the graphics look the same. It's not. So what they should have did was they should have just called it The Last of Us Part 2, the definitive edition. But they want to match the same logos with The Last of Us Part 1 Remastered or The Last of Us Remastered. I don't know what's in Naughty Dog's mind, but they should have just called it The Last of Us Part 2, the definitive edition. Why is it so hard for me to say that word? But y'all see what I'm saying here. All I'm saying is we got to give this a chance. We got to give this a chance. I'm going to buy it, and I feel like a lot of game developers should learn like this because back then, if you had a PS5, if you had a PS4 game and they transferred an up-to-date version of the game with updated graphics. If you have the disc, you can just get a free data transfer. But they stopped that. They want to add a $60 price tag to it. Persona has done this. Spider-Man has done this. They stopped the Miles Morales, but now the original Spider-Man game, you need to pay the exact amount. At least Naughty Dog, they're playing it smart. We're not gonna make it free, but we'll just charge them $10. So yeah, that's reasonable. They're literally thinking about the fans now. So they're not going all the way with it, but they are starting to. And as long as they're starting, it's not too late to change our perspective. At least in my eyes, because I am very hard on the way how I critique things. Just keep watching my content, or if y'all new to my channel, welcome. But other than that, that's just how I feel about it. I gotta get back to my stuff now. I hope I satisfied you guys of my eyes on it. I'm gonna get the game. Am I excited for it? Just for the horde mode, for the rogue mode, because I just can't wait to just kill a lot of clickers and stuff like that. That's the only reason why I'm buying it, honestly, is that mode. They should have did better with the outfits. The outfits look so freaking lame. You really want to run around with an astronaut outfit on? I mean, I love astronaut outfits. People that watch my channel, they notice that I do wear a lot of NASA shit or whatever, but come on. Seriously, I feel like they should have did better with the outfits. They probably got more, but I wanted more of a post-apocalyptic skins for Ellie and all the other. Well, you only play with Ellie and Abby, but they could have did better with the costumes. It's like y'all just throwing shit in the fucking wind, dude. Lost levels. It's all right, I guess. I mean, no one asked for lost levels. All people wanted was just a different pace of the game's perspective. That's what I'm saying. They should have just gave us branching options. That would have been fucking cool. In fact, a lot of people wouldn't even be mad. They would have been like, okay, we're back in, because now they're changing the whole story of the game and they know that they need to, what the fuck was they thinking. But I feel like at the end of the day, this is me literally giving Neil Druckmann the benefit of the doubt, because he's not alone on this. He's not alone. I don't mean he's not alone as into the choices he's made, because he is alone of him doing something that is this phenomenal and then fucking it up so suddenly. I mean, he's not alone as him being the man he is by his own creativity and then fucking it up like this and just being alone in his whole perspective. We have gotten Steven Spielberg. We have gotten George Lucas. A lot of people who has made good franchises and masterpieces has fucked up every single thing about it until this new generation stage, to push an agenda or to just appeal to certain audiences or just thinking about a certain perspective of just giving other audiences a chance to redeem themselves. And it's like, bro, what the hell is you doing? So Neil Druckmann is just in that boat now, but he's slowly getting out of that boat by just giving the fans what we asked for in a wide perspective. Is he going to change that tone up? I think it's too late. Yeah, but if you just put it that way, then it's all reasonable at that point. But that's the reason why I tell people to don't pre-order their games anymore. After I've gotten fucked up by Spider-Man 2, I've literally stopped pre-ordering games. I don't pre-order games no more, period, because you don't know what the hell you're getting into. But with The Last of Us Part 2, you know what you're getting, but you might even get even more when the game comes out. But yeah, that's my perspective of it. I'm going to get the game. I'm probably going to get the game. I hope what I said educates you people to divide the people who don't like the game from the story or just don't like the remastered whole genre. I hope this divides, because people who hate The Last of Us Part 2 and people who don't like remasters are colliding, and they are literally boosting up the hate of this game to the point where Naughty Dog and Neil Druckmann themselves is like, man, we're literally like, this is a reasonable price. What the fuck we're doing wrong? Y'all not doing anything wrong. Y'all can do better, but y'all doing good. To the point where even I'm convinced. Glad I got that out of the way. And I'm about to go to bed. You guys have a good night.